11th of December, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
To Rabbi Yochanan.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, okay. But in the example given with the Kedushin, names are named. Who's getting married to who is named. But here we haven't got a name. We haven't got, no one is saying, I'm buying this wheat on behalf of Plony. He's just buying the wheat or not, but he's doing it on behalf of Plony.
Okay, okay, good. That's what the Gemara says. Who told the seller of the wheat that this transaction is being done for the sake of the person who's sitting in his house, who gave the money to the agent to go and negotiate the deal?
But does he need to be told?
So the question is like this. The point is like this: if the agent is doing exactly what the agreement was, and so then it's regarded as a shlichus.
Right. Okay.
So according to Rabbi Elazar, who's explaining that this brisa goes according to Reb Meir, so it's regarded as though he has done a shlichus, because what was really the shlichus all about? The shlichus wasn't really about what type of commodity you buy. The shlichus was about, I'm sending you as a shliach, and I'm giving you money. And so in this case, if it goes up in value, even though the shliach did not, the commodity that the sender requested him to buy, but nevertheless there was a profit that was made, and that's really the name of the game. So that's regarded as a shlichus. That is regarded as that the shlichus was done. And so, if so, Rashi says, we understand how, according to Rebbe Elazar, who's explaining the brayso according to Reb Meir, we understand how it goes up in value what was bought, that the both of them will share they will share in the profit, even though, as you say, he didn't explicitly say the agent that I'm buying this on behalf of my partner, Mr. So and so, who's sitting in his house, and you don't see him. He doesn't need to be told that, because that's as long as, exactly as you say, as long as the shliach is doing what it is that the sender told him to do, so automatically he is the person who is the sender is in on the deal, because the agents act as though is imputed to the sender, because he's doing the shlichus, and that's how shlichus works. But according to Rashi says, according to Rabbi Yochanan, that Rabbi Yochanan explained that this brisa goes according to Rabbi Yehuda, So in that case, Rabbi Yehuda says that this, even though it's a business deal, Rabbi Yehuda holds that it constitutes a it's mishana, which means he did not do. It's not regarded as though he did the shlichus. Lo habi shlichus, says Rashi. It's not regarded as though he did the shlichus. So if it's not regarded as he did the shlichus, so how is the sender getting involved in this deal? How do we understand that he's going to get something over here? That's what Rashi's explaining the Gemora's kasha to be over here. Miu shinui lokone. So now it's a kasha. The maman kaboy lemakne. To whom does the to whom does the seller of the wheat intend to be makne this wheat too over here? Hello, kananeu labala mos meolam. It's not going to be acquired in any way, shape, or form to the person number one, the sender, who's the one who has the money, because it wasn't it's not a shlichus. So how do we understand that if it goes up hosiru leemsa? How is it that he's in the profit? He's not in on the deal. Okay.
So tricky.
That's tricky. Phil, you want to explain to Roy? Do you understand it?
Well, we knew that there were two opinions, and the two opinions was whether between Reb Meir and Reb Yochanan is whether or not the agent gets a share of it or not. Is he considered just a done deal, or is he partial owner when he does that? That's the real question here. So that's the question, is as to what's happening. Is it just the agent's deal, or is he part of the thing? That's where we're at. We're with the question right now is a question of who is he? Does it go to the guy or not? Does it go to the owner of the money, or is he just because it's an agent and he's now a part of the deal on it?
Right. According to Rabbi Yochanan, right? There's actually really four rabbis over that are talking over here that Rashi's mentioning. There's two Tanoim. That's Reb Meir and Reb Yehuda, and we know that they differ on whether this deal over here constitutes a shlichus that was done or the shlichus not done. That's what they're arguing about over here. And the two Amoraim, Reb Elazar and Reb Yochanan, are explaining who does this brisa actually go according to. Again, this brisa is talking about a case where the sender, person number one, supplies the money. He gives to person number two, the agent, and he says, "I want you to go and buy barley." And the person number two goes to a wheat agent and he buys a seller and he buys wheat instead of buying barley. So now the question is, at this point, and the brisa that we're analyzing here says that if this wheat that he purchased goes up in value, the brisa says le'emsa, that the profit of the appreciation of the wheat over and above of what it was bought for, it will be le'emsa. It'll be half for him and half for him. They'll share the profits. So now we want to know, how does that work out according to the Tanoim? Does it work according to both of them? Does it work according to one of them only? So over here, Rabbi Yochanan said that it works according to Rabbi Yehuda, and Rabbi Elazar said it works according to Rabbi Meir. Both brises are Rabbi Meir according to Rabbi Elazar. And the Gemora here is saying, what do you mean? Who told the Gemora is explaining that remember the Bnei Marava, the people in the yeshiva in Marava, they made light of the ruling of the explanation of Rabbi Yochanan.
Mhm.
And so and now the Gemora is explaining what it was that their complaint was. Their complaint, and these that's the words of the Gemora. Who told the owner of the wheat that he should have in mind to be makna this wheat to the sender, who's really the one who sent the agent to purchase the commodity, and he's not there. So the way Rashi explains that is that this question is really the question on Rabbi Yochanan according to the way Reb Meir would understand over here. And according to that, there's no way that this deal could work. And if it goes up in value, then it's going to be shared by the owner. How's it going to be shared, the profit, by the owner? Because why? Because the agent didn't do the shlichus. He didn't do, according to Rabbi Yehuda, it's not regarded as though he did the shlichus. It's not regarded as though he did the shlichus.
This is to do with change, is it then?
That's right. That's mishana. He was mishana. It's regarded. He was mishana from the agreement, and so in that case, there's no shlichus. So if there's no shlichus, so then the one that sent him, he's not in the deal. He's not really in the deal at all. So that's why the Gemara says how does the seller know that this person he should be marking the wheat to that person.
Okay, so what about the money?
What about it?
All right, so the money was handed over. So whose money was it? It was the
sender's.
The sender's money.
Right.
So what happens?
Oh, it's his money. It's his money, and the sell and his partner who he asked to go and do the deal with, he didn't do the deal. So he gave him money to do a deal, and he didn't do the deal. So you didn't do the deal, give me back my money. Yeah, right. But
now the money is handed over to the person who sells the wheat or the barley.
Right. The sender doesn't have any claim against the seller of the wheat. Right. He has a claim against his partner.
Right.
He has to get the money back from his partner.
And just a minute, why? How come he was a partner, was he? He wasn't just, say, like the house servant, like Eliezer.
Well, they agreed. When we say they're a partner, they haven't, and they agreed that they would share in the profit of the deal. But the thing is that the deal was not done.
Okay.
Like nothing happened. You know, nothing happened as far as the one that owned the money. Nothing happened, so he's entitled to his money back because nothing happened. He didn't do it. He didn't do the deal. So give me back my money. You didn't do the deal. Give me back my money.
So if he didn't, and just simply sent a person to do something for him, that's a different story altogether.
Right. We're over here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Brisa says that in this case, the profits are going leemsa, osiru leemsa. That means the profits will go half to person number two and half to person. But according to Rabbi Yehuda, that Rabbi Yochanan says that this brisa accords with Rabbi Yehuda. The Bnei Marav are saying, how on earth can it go according to Rabbi Yehuda? According to Rabbi Yehuda, there's no deal over here. There's no shlichus. He didn't do the deal. So how on earth can the owner of the money share in the profits of that deal? There was no deal. There wasn't any shlichus.
Because he got a different product.
Yeah. But according to Rashi points out in his discussion over here that this question, the Bnei Marava, they did not make fun of what Rabbi Elazar said. Right? They made fun of what Rabbi Yochanan said. So Rashi's explaining why it is that they didn't make fun of Rabbi Elazar. So Rashi says, oh, according to Rabbi Elazar, we understand very well how it's going. Rabbi Elazar says the brisa goes according to Rabbi Meir. And according to Rabbi Meir, we're going to say that that the deal was that the shlichus was done, even though he didn't buy the barley and he bought the wheat, but nevertheless it's regarded as though the shlichus was done, because essentially the shlichus was a business deal in order to make profits, and a profit was made. So that means the deal was done. And even though the profit would have been more if you have done what the guy told him to do, but according to Rabbi Meir, that doesn't break the deal. It's still regarded as though the shlichus was done, and therefore, since the shlichus was done, so then the deal was that they're going to share the profits, and so therefore we understand very well, according to Rebbe Lazar, explaining according to Rebbe Meir, how the brisa can say that hosiru leemsa, if the commodity goes up in value, then they'll share. The both of them will share in the profit, because over there the sender, the money, the one that's sent with the agent, we understand why he's in on the deal, because there was because the agent did the deal. He did the shliach. So now the shlichus works automatically. It's not exactly like the case of kedushin, where you have to know whose name it is and who's the one that she's mikudeshes to. She has to know who it is that she's being mikudeshes to, and we have to have the right name. Over here, it works automatically, because the shlichus worked. If the shlichus worked, then person number two automatically is an agent of person number one, and person number one automatically is in on the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good. I think we got that Rashi now.
Thank you. Hope I didn't hold everybody else up.
No, I think it was very good. I think without all of that discussion, I wouldn't have understood it myself. Okay. Now, so that's where we're holding. And now we're going to go Omar Le Abaye. Abaye said to him, and you probably want to know where this is on the page, right?
Got it.
Oh, okay.
But then, so I don't know where it is on
Tell everybody else.
I think we're before that. I think you're before that. the Matkifler of Shmuel ben Sisarti,
Yes, true.
slightly before that.
Hmm. That's yeah. The first line, the first word on the line is mayot. Mayos.
Yeah.
First word on the line is e. Aleph Yud.
You from your Amar Rabbeinu, it's up one more line than Amar Rabbeinu.
What will I read it or?
Oh, oh, that's interesting. Oh, in other words, oh, okay, yeah, read. Yeah, you could read, Roy, please.
Maskif la lach Rab Shmuel bar Sasarati. Rab Shmuel bar Sasarati objected to this, the reasoning of the sages in the West. If this is so, article says the investor cannot acquire anything unless the seller is aware that the purchase is made on his behalf. Afilu chitin nami lo. Then even where the investor sent the agent to buy wheat and he bought wheat as instructed, the investor should also not acquire the share of it, for who notified the seller to transfer part of the wheat to the investor. But if you're a partner, then whatever you do, you're doing automatically on behalf of your partner.
Yeah, but there was a whole question before the other. That was the whole question. He said, I instructed him to buy wheat, and then he bought barley. Or instructed him to buy wheat. Here he's saying, well, why wouldn't that same rule hold for wheat? Why make a deal? Why mention the wheat barley switch?
Uh-huh. Will I read what the Gemara answers?
Oh, okay.
Okay, then Omar Rabbi Ahu, Shani Chitin, the Chitin. The case of the wheat and the wheat is different. Additionally, say ka Ovid, for there the agent is carrying out as instructed. V'chi ba'al havia dame, and he is therefore considered like the homeowner himself. That's the investor himself. Oh, that's what I suggested, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, good. Oh, so now we're up to Teda.
Oops.
Teda, the Gemora is going to bring a proof to this, what Rabbi Avo said. Phil, you want to read the Gemora?
Let's go back to where we are in Gemara. Wait a second. Turning pages here. Wait a second. We're up to the Teda. You should know.
Yeah.
You should know. Okay. The odd scroll, just before I read the Gemara, I'm going to read the odd phrase for Gemara. It's Rabbi Abba who cites support for this, that even if the seller intends to transfer his merchandise specifically to the agent, when the agents follow instructions, the investor whom he represents automatically acquires his portion. And the Teda is know that it's true. Let me go back to where I am in the Gemara. I just got that. The Tanan that was taught, Achad hamakdish nichaso, someone who makes gives his things to hektish, his property. V'echad hama'arich, and someone who makes his value go at that small hamari. He gives his value to the Beit Mikdash there. Ain lo, there isn't for Hasut Ishto. It doesn't work for the clothing of his wife, the lo b'kasuto banav, and not for the clothing of his children. The lo b'tseva shev tzava l'shemen, and not for the colors that color the oil. Okay. The lo b'sandalim and sandalim, not for shoes, and not for new shoes. Shalakachdom, that he purchased lishman for himself. Okay, and things that he purchased for himself also. So that's what it says. That's the statement before we get to the VMI. And there's a Rashi though before this on the Ein Lo, all these exceptions. The Rashi exceptions, Ein Lo, the Gizbor. For the Gizbor is the treasurer of the temple treasurer. It's not for him. Lo b'kasudoshto, not his the clothing of his wife. The mishkano, for the mishkan, it's mishkan bishvil, because ha'erech, because of the value. V'chein l'gab makdish, and all certain things given to Hekshin, lo have, that's not given, biklal at all, of all his nechasim properties, lahakdisho, to make it hektish, to kaddish the things and make them things that now belong to hektish. The lishman is for their sake, is the ishtu for his wife and Banav and his children. In Chadashim, they have to be new sandals that talked about instead of old sandals. Rebuta Nakat. It's an expansion that was chosen.
Okay, so here we have a Mishnah over here. This is a Mishnah in Maseches Erechin, which is about a person who donates his value as stated in the Torah to the Beis Hamikdash. He says, "Harei erech alai," my value, as stated in the Torah. What the Torah says a value for a person based upon his gender, his age, whatever it is over there. So that's a way of making a donation to the Beis Hamikdash, or he's makdish his nechasim. Also, he dedicates his properties to Beis Hamikdash. So now, the way it works is that you have this treasurer who Rashi called the Gizbar, and he is empowered to go and take like as a mashkon, I guess, as a security to in other words to secure the the dedication that this person has made of his assets to the Beis Hamikdash. So the halacha over here that's stated in the Mishnah is in regard to the Gizbar. It says Ein lo, he doesn't have the right to collect on behalf of the vow that was made by this individual. He can't collect from the individual's wife's clothing, or that of the children, or below Saba, Lishmon, and also not. Does Rashi explain this over here? Lishmon means for their sake, meaning for the sake of from the wife and the children. The dye. The tseba is referring, I guess, to the dye that was used to dye the clothing, the wool, to make it more valuable. Since it was done for his wife and his children, so the Gizbar cannot, the long arm of the Beis Hamikdash cannot reach that far over there. Below besandalim chadashim shalokhan lishman, and also not for these new shoes that were purchased not for the person that made the dedication, but for his it was purchased. These items were purchased for the sake of the lishman, for the ishto banav. Okay, so that's the halacha that comes out from this Mishnah in Erechin, and how it is that it's a raya to what Rebbe Yavo said. We're going to have to wait on that until tomorrow. Bez Hashem.
Tomorrow, I'm going to be on the road, so I will be listening in. I don't know if I could be able to answer. Okay, so just keep that in mind with that.
Okay, very good. We'll look
be
forward to. We hope.
Now, that or earphones or something, I'll try to be listening in though.
Oh,
that
great.
time.
Okay, we look forward to seeing you, Phil.
I'm seeing, maybe not. I don't know if it works. Seeing either. We'll see. Okay.
Oh,
Depends where.
okay.
I don't know if I
see.
can set up an camera. We'll see. Okay.
We'll see if we see. Yes. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Rabbi.
All the
Levitt.
best.
Everybody else, thank you. And we'll see you at Master Shem tomorrow.
It's Hashem tomorrow.
Have a great day, everybody.
Amen. You too, Lou.